Before we start, I want you guys to hit the red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. Professing to be prepared to bite the dust may be anything but difficult to state, yet really being in a circumstance that may prompt this is an entire diverse story. We all are fortunate to be alive, and it's unnerving to envision a circumstance where us or somebody we realize hazards losing their life. Anyway, there are numerous Roblox YouTubers who have had close calls with death. Gaming with Jen. She was on vacation and was heading back in a plane to her city, Jacksonville, Florida. During her flight, an announcement was made. Jacksonville Airport had been hit by lightning, so they aren't allowed any planes to land at or depart from the airport. The airport was expected to open in 20 minutes. Everything seemed normal until now, but the deal breaker was the fact that the plane had only 40 minutes of fuel left. If there was any delay in the opening of the airport, the plane would have to go to another airport. The pilot decided to wait for the airport to open. 20 minutes of fuel was burnt through and still there was no clear signal, causing the passengers to panic. After a nerve-wracking 10 minutes, the plane was allowed to land. The plane landed with 5 minutes of fuel left. There's no telling what would have happened if the airport hadn't opened, and certainly very scary. It's Funny and her crew. It's Funny traveled with 4 people to Los Angeles where she stayed in an Airbnb. On their first night there, the 4 had fallen asleep whilst 1 was awake. Whilst attempting to catch a snooze, a weird beeping noise was heard. The crew member went downstairs to inspect the noise and saw a terrifying thing. A room that had been locked had smoke coming out of it. The noise turned out to be a fire alarm. Upon realizing this, the member woke up the entire crew and rushed outside with them. A crew member's room was directly above the room that caught fire, but they too escaped unscathed. The fire department was called and the fire was taken care of. There was no telling what would have happened if the alarm hadn't been heard. Perhaps we wouldn't be able to feel relieved after knowing this story. Gloom. Gloom experienced the phenomenon of being underwater for too long in real life. As a child, she fell in a deep pond and had no way out. She was helpless. However, a random stranger spotted her and saved her. Gloom wasn't fazed by this event and instead interpreted this ordeal as a life lesson. Good for her. Popular MMOs. Popular MMOs was along with Gaming with Jen in the previously mentioned incident. While telling the events they faced together, he certainly seemed scared to recall what had happened during the scary, fateful plane flight. This certainly makes us remember what being close to death can do to you. Poke. A funny situation turned out to be very alarming for Poke. After returning to his house with a few friends, Poke sees suspicious activities around his house and suspects foul play is involved. He and his friends check out the house and there seems to be suspicious activities all over. Many friends even see silhouettes of people. After inspection, someone seems to be in the garage. A head even pops out through the door when an attempt to open it was made. After a friend daringly opens the door, Poke finds out that it's just a prank pulled by friends, so he laughs it off. His reaction would have certainly been different if it was someone else. Jelly. While on a trip to Florida, Jelly visits the beach to have a good time. During swimming pleasantries, Jelly claims that she was dragged underwater by the powerful waves. Water is certainly dangerous, and in this case, Jelly survived, thank goodness. Who knows what would have happened if she didn't take care. Tfue. On and off Roblox YouTuber Tfue could have lost it all in a skating incident. Tfue was skateboarding downhill when suddenly a car appears out of a turn, and Tfue does his best to slow down, but it wouldn't have been enough if the driver hadn't reacted timely. Luckily, he was able to escape with a few scrapes. Dan TDM. Moving around his kitchen, Dan encounters an experience that is certainly weird to say the least. He was heading from his kitchen to his garden when he fell. He tripped over something and fell, hitting his hand on a kitchen counter midway. His hand seemed to hurt after this ordeal, and after a few days he found out his hand was broken. Unexpected to say the least. If he hadn't gotten his hand checked, he might have been taken to the hospital in a stretcher. Ali A. Infrequent Roblox player Ali A nearly lost his life in a car crash. He claims to have been very tired and driving on an unfamiliar road where he hit a curb and crashed, totaling his car in the process. However, he is lucky to walk away with minor injuries, otherwise the outcome could have been fatal, thank goodness. Preston struggled with a problem in his tonsils. He claims that his tonsils grew to a size of a golf ball, which is quite big for tonsils if you didn't know. Preston exclaims that if he hadn't gotten his tonsils checked out by a doctor, he would have been in major trouble. He exclaims he would have died if he caught something as little as the flu if he left his tonsils unchecked. Thankfully, he took timely action and got a surgery done. He has recovered nicely and is sounding clearer than ever. This brings us to the end of our video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.